Blessings to all, and welcome to another episode of Elevate the Mic. And I'm your host, Max Mupese. Today we have an artist, a composer, a singer-songwriter. Not only that, somebody who has a lot of experience and a lot of noise right now in the Latin community in Montreal. What we like to say at Elevate the Mic is that we elevate the mindset and the skill sets of individuals who are part of the hip-hop community. And the one we have here, the guest, who goes by the name of Nueva Vista, is going to talk a little bit more about his story and his upbringing. Man, how you doing, Nueva?
I'm good, man. You?
100%. I'm feeling great.
Thank you for the invite.
Absolutely.
It's really nice to be here and be able to share with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how you feeling these days, like as far as like as a creative or even as a person?
Productive, creative. Always on the music mood. That's an everyday thing. Yeah.
Got it. When you say music mood, that's something that comes to you naturally, or you would say?
Yeah. Before I didn't really understand it, but today I know it just comes naturally. It's just like a connection to this kind of dimension that I get when I'm in the studio working or most any time of the day actually. Like it's just part of me now.
That's it.
Yeah.
A lot of people who are not necessarily part of the music business don't necessarily know that music is a lot more spiritual and metaphysical that we don't even realize it.
It's a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's the word is energy. That's what it is. It's a special energy. Yeah.
It's crazy because we're in the studio, and every time I had experience, because I used to want to be a rapper, I had a phase. Everybody had a phase of like, I want to do this, I want to do that. And I noticed that every time we were in the studio, it was a sacred place, and you wouldn't necessarily want to record an artist while they're doing what they're doing, which is recording. And how do you feel about that these days? Like, let's say you're in the studio, somebody comes in the phone like, hey, that's Nueva, I want to record this guy.
Yeah, I still feel today is still a special moment to be able to create something that doesn't exist. The experience of working with different artists is really fun, and everybody that comes to the studio, they come with a different mindset. Like they forget everything outside, and it's really about music, and everything doesn't matter.
That's it.
It's really like it's super cool. I really enjoy being in the studio and working on any project. It's really cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
Speaking of music, I love your song. Thank you, by the way. It's an amazing
thank
song.
you. Yeah.
I was trying to recite the lyrics, but I'm like, nah, you know what? I
Some
can't.
Spanish.
I can't rap in Spanish or sing in Spanish. I would look ridiculous. And could you tell us, anybody who's watching this for the first time does not know who Nueva Vista is? Could you tell us about your story and
Sure.
how'd you come up?
Yeah. Well, Nueva Vista is our Latino artist, urban Latino artist. I started about 20 years ago.
Okay.
But like anybody, we all start for fun. We don't really know what we're doing. We just do it like really for the love of having fun. I still do, but as time went by and keep getting deep into music, into studio and creating songs and everything, there was like this voice in my head like telling me that, you know what, I need to do this of my life. I want to do this of my life. I want to do it full-time job, full-time career, full-time everything. And I've been working with a lot of local artists. I've been working with some international artists. I've done a lot of shows locally and some international also.
Amazing.
I've worked with on a lot of projects, and I think that's what has created my sauce, I guess. Because every chef has his own recipe,
Right.
and all that together has created who Nueva Vista is today. And it's been a process. It's been a journey.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
And you said international artists, local artists as well.
Yeah, also.
What would you say has been the biggest challenge working with either international artists and even making your name in the local scene?
You know what? International is very hard. International, you gotta create relationships, and your music has to talk. But also the connection with the people, because sometimes it's not only business. I think it's really important to connect with people to have this chemistry.
Yes.
You know, music is really about how you connect with people, how they can feel like comfortable with you, because it's very deep music. Music is like, when I like, the way I see it is like it's a part of me
Right.
in shape of a sound. And
I hope we clip that. It's a part of you in the shape of a sound.
yeah,
Okay. That's it.
and I feel it's like the soul. It's something precious,
Right.
you know. And I think as an artist or as a producer, it's hard to work with just anybody. You know, sometimes you just don't connect, and it happens. The energy of some people might not work with yours. You know, it's part of the process. You know, but no, I think so far it's been fun.
Amazing. It's like a puzzle. You have to shape it a certain way.
Yeah,
You can't force a certain piece to go into another piece. Like, no, you don't fit there. So
yeah.
it's good.
Yeah.
There's always lessons at the end of the day, even if
Yeah, every time,
person
man. Every
doesn't
time,
match.
with every person, there's something you either learn, or maybe you go back and you're like, yeah, maybe I should change this, or yeah, I forgot about that. You know,
Right.
yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Good.
It's really cool.
Amazing. Now, when it comes down to your recording process, what would you say is something that comes natural to you that you won't necessarily have to force? Whether it's like creating a chorus, whether it's like writing the 16,
When I'm working with an artist, you mean?
yeah, or even by yourself. Yes.
The process of creating a song. That's if I understand the question.
Yes.
Really, I just go with the flow. It's really of how I feel, or how the music is talking to me, or maybe it's complicated the way I'm trying to say it, but sometimes the music has colors, and you can add colors to it because you kind of hear them at some point, and it just comes natural to me,
Right.
to me. And even when I'm working with artists, my job is not to change their art. Is how can I polish their art, or how can I add, and every time, like, I don't like impose it. It's like, yo, what do you think about this idea? I share ideas. I've been doing it for a while, so why not share it? You know, share my experience, share some things that I know, share some knowledge, you know, and always try to give like the artist a little bit more, so that maybe they could see something else on their music, or even if it's a tiny evolution, you know, at the end of the session. Like I think it's very important. Again, the connection with the music, bro.
That's it.
Yeah, for real.
And you making those connections, you're also giving back, because I understand that you have a record label, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
You're owner
yeah.
of a record label.
Exactly.
How did that come about, actually?
Well, you know, when you're working solo, like, it's fun, but at the same time, you can't do everything.
Right.
Okay, so, and I've been working with a lot of artists, and see, it's not every artist, I think, that they want to do all the job, and you know, the paperwork and this and that, because there's a lot to do. And some people, they just need, you know what, a team. And part of the having a record label is helping out, working with artists that has talent,
Yes.
but helping them reach their goals. And I see it as like, yes, I'm an artist, but on the checkers,
Right.
like, you have like a lot of moves. So I'd rather have a lot of moves than just one move.
Right.
You know, it's more opportunities. You know, if me doesn't mean like you have been doing it for a while, doesn't mean that I'm gonna reach a certain level, but maybe this artist will. So I'm knocking more doors by having like a record label. And at the end of the day, you create a family, you know, like in Spanish we say hermandad.
Hermandad.
Yeah.
I'm glad I said it well the first time. That sound good?
Yeah,
Hermandad?
exactly. Yeah.
Got it.
You know, so yeah, that's why we have a label is really for the love of the music, bro, and pushing talent the to the next level.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you look at some of the talents that are coming out of Montreal, who would you say, as an artist that's listening to this right now, whether it's Latin, English, French, that you would like to work with, collaborate with today?
Who from the Montreal?
Yes.
You know, I can't even say names because
Mm.
that would be really something of a moment.
Mm.
You know, I can't say I want to work with, and you know, I just rather as it goes
Mhm.
and it happens.
Mhm.
You know, there's a lot of talent in Montreal. Montreal is how would I say? It's like un nid. How
Oui,
we say
un
un
nid.
nid?
Comme un nid d'oiseau.
Oui, oui, un nid. So how we say in English, it's a bird's nest.
A nest, yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. So there's a lot of artists here with a lot of potential, a lot of talent,
Mm.
and not only artists. Some producers are very hard here also.
Mm.
There's a lot of potential here in Montreal.
Got it.
Yeah.
Anybody's watching this right now has been listening to your music for quite some time. Nueva Vista is like, okay, you know what? You've been doing a lot. You know, tu fais du bruit en ce moment. Like, why you want to stay in Montreal? Why do you see Montreal as the place where you need to grow as an artist? Or would you say, well, I would like to hear your answer, or would you say it doesn't necessarily matter where you're from at this point because we have social media?
It doesn't really matter where you're from.
Mm.
I'm not looking to stay in Montreal because we get limited because our
Right.
music is Latino, it's Spanish, and it's international.
Mm-hmm.
But if I focus only on staying Montreal,
Mm-hmm.
for now, I don't think Montreal you can really live as an artist fully,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think you can uh, achieve everything as a local artist just being a local artist.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you get limited to some
Mm.
point. So at some point you hit like a roof,
Right.
and what do you do after that if you
Mm.
stay locally?
Mm.
And I think to be successful as an artist is to reach international. Doesn't mean you need to be number one,
Mm.
but I think once you reach international, it's a different ball game.
Mm.
So me as an artist, yes, I have a base here in Montreal. This is where I live. This is where I've grown up. This is where I've done everything.
Right.
But for me, it's like Montreal is like, okay, this is where I train.
Mm.
You know,
It's like
this
stepping
is where I
stone.
train. This is
Okay.
where, even if it's big shows, small shows, or whatever,
Mhm.
or big projects, small projects, for me, it's like, preparing me for international level.
Right.
Because
Okay.
international level is really
big
another,
league.
yeah. It's another ball game. It's really totally different level.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's an interesting perspective what you're saying about making it your training area or your training environment. It makes me think of something I saw once with Kevin Hart. He said every time he prepares himself for the quote unquote big games or the big arenas
Mhm.
when he wants to perform, he goes to those small venues to practice.
Mhm.
So that's a good way of looking at it. Like you want to start here, you're practicing as it
You
as
get to
it's,
do the mistakes in your own
you know.
where you're from.
Mhm.
People don't usually judge.
Mhm.
If your art is nice, music is for everybody.
Mhm.
It's vibrations. So for me, I feel
That's
like
before you keep going. That's why when I told you I like the song "Thank You," I was like,
yeah.
I wanted to sing it in Spanish, but I'm like, it's a
But so far,
vibe.
you have the first part, so you're good. No, honestly, for me, it's very important being able to try things here before I bring it out.
Mm, that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what's the saying? I've heard it a few times. Act local, but think global.
Yeah.
Right. That's it.
Uh,
Got it. So, speaking of Latin music, because I see a lot of superstar artists who tend to sing in Latin or even sing in Spanish, rather, rap in Spanish. Where do we draw the line between cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation? Because at the end of the day, an artist could take that quote unquote wave because Latin music has been going on for quite some time.
mhm.
There's a huge wave that and Afro beats. Where do we draw the line exactly?
You mean for an artist that's not like on that culture from that culture?
Exactly.
You know what? Nowadays, I think everybody's trying every kind of genre.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as long I think if you do it right or you're not trying to be somebody you're not, I
Mm-hmm.
think it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody like today's music, hip hop to Spanish for hip hop,
Mm-hmm.
or even any language. It just today you can mix all of it together.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't necessarily need to be. The language doesn't matter. It's universal language music.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody can feel it. Anybody can enjoy it. Me, I just think as long as you respect the genre
Right.
and do it right and not try to be something you're not and trying to sell that you're this but you're not.
Right.
Like for me, I think it's fine. Just have fun.
As long as you're authentic with your
Yeah,
art.
just be authentic. Have fun. Really, be real.
That's it.
Be real. If you people are gonna feel it.
And you said be real, no pun intended. Like not the artist, be real. You said be real, be yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's
Be,
it.
be yourself. Enjoy the process.
That's it. Shout outs to Be Real, by the way.
Yeah.
We like Be Real. And when it comes down to your current environment, what would you say is something that is helping you as times get tough? Because what happens is, there's ups and downs in life. There's ups and downs in the music business. How do you manage to have an environment that cultivates, a strong character?
Being surrounded of the right people.
Mm,
Again, I was saying team
right.
is very important. As you're growing in the music business,
Mm-hmm.
it's very hard to make real friends.
Yeah.
It's very hard to make real connections with people you can trust,
Mm-hmm.
with people who are down with you for
Right.
real. Because some people will just attach to you just for maybe to get somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna be there in the long run.
Right.
But people that have been there from day one, those are the most important people.
Mm-hmm.
They're part of the process. They're part of if I'm down and they're up, it transfers. Or if I'm up and they're down, I transfer. And it's important as artists to have a good surrounding, to be en français on dirait encadré.
Encadré.
Ouais, I think it's very important for you to grow as an artist.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, your supporting cast. It makes a whole difference.
To have like your own little family.
Mm.
It's a musical family, but it's more than that.
Mm.
Like it becomes more than that. Like it's the hermandad in English would be a fraternity. I guess?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
A
what
brotherhood or a
exactly
sisterhood.
a brotherhood. Exactly. It becomes like that, and I think when you do projects as deep as music, it should be like that.
That's it. You're standing on something. You stand for something.
Yeah. It's important to have people who are there to motivate you, encourage you to, bro. I tell my managers, like, you're more crazy than me because I'm already in a crazy dimension world where I want to go, and you want to be
push
part
you,
of it
right?
and push
Okay,
it.
yeah.
It's like you're crazier than me,
Right.
and he is, and it's fun, and it's. I think that's very important, bro.
That's
Yeah.
good. Now, how is a way you are able to connect? Well, what's the best way you're able to connect with today's youth whenever it comes down to making music or whether it's releasing content?
To connect with you, I think it depends the type of music you do. 'Cause some music are for certain ages.
Right.
I'm in the urban, so I think I can connect very easily with
Yes, 'cause it's youthful.
Exactly, and to connect with the youth, I think that's what it is, bro. I'm in the urban music, and it makes it easy to just approach or them to approach me You know, because we connect on the same kind of music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yes, maybe it sounds a bit different from what I do, but at the end, it's music.
Yeah.
It's international language.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter like what it is.
And one thing the youth like is authenticity. People like authenticity.
Mm.
So you're yourself, then they're gonna gravitate towards that, and it's good energy. Just a,
Yeah, but youth, we all go through a process.
yes.
Sometimes when you're at a certain age, you don't know what you want.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know who you are,
Right.
what you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying things because probably trending, but you're figuring it out.
Mm-hmm.
And when I work with artists on the studio that are new or older, like I just tell them, like, bro, just have fun.
Mm.
It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. Every time you're gonna do a song, it's supposed to be better. So you're gonna get better.
Mm.
You know, just enjoy the process. You know, music it's not perfect. It's the word is
Imperfectly perfect.
perfect.
Yes.
Exactly,
Yes.
perfectly perfect. It's art.
Mm.
No art has ever, like, there's no you have to paint it like this, you have to sing it like that.
Right.
You know, nowadays it's just vibe, energy. Yes, lyrics, if you have them, it's important.
Yes.
If you don't, if you're able to create something fun and that people can enjoy, because sometimes people don't even listen to the words,
It's crazy.
they just like what they hear and then they just groove with it.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's really like, just have fun.
That's it.
You know, have fun, create the most, explore.
Mm.
You know, just do it.
Mm. Keep that inner child alive. in a
Yeah,
way.
exactly.
Yeah.
Have fun, bro. That's the most important thing. I think if in music, if you only think about money and
Right.
lose the passion, I think you've lost it.
Mm.
Like, it's gonna be very hard to connect with music, because music is not about the money.
Mm.
It's about what, like, that energy, what you bring, that sound, that vibration,
Right.
that frequency.
Mm.
Like, it's a very deep.
Spiritual.
Yeah,
very
exactly.
spiritual.
You can hear the emotion of somebody on a song.
Mm.
That's how crazy it is. Like, it's a sound, but you can actually feel the human emotion on a vocal, on a song, on an instrument.
Yeah.
You know, and that's like the most important part: having fun and just the passion.
Got it. Speaking of passion, what is what is one thing you're currently working on that you want the people to know, whether it's your music or even other passions that you would like to share?
Really, I'm working on music, bro. I'm working on a lot of different projects.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Yes, I'm mainly Spanish,
Mm.
but I also work with French artists,
Mm.
English artists. I've even have Sri Lankan artists.
Mm.
Uh, Mostly, what I work on is how can I be more productive? How can I be faster?
Mm-hmm.
See, nowadays it's crazy. Everything is fast.
Right.
Everything, and because of the
Scrolling,
scroll thing, that's crazy, bro. You gotta work fast, because you drop a song today and tomorrow,
Right.
history.
There's no patience, no more
No,
patience for
bro.
that. Like, hey, come on, we want more.
It's kind of sad, I think, in a way.
Yeah.
It's nice, but sad,
Yeah.
because attention span is low.
Mm.
It's not like the focus is like, if you're not able to impress in the 5 seconds that you,
Gone.
that's it.
Mhm.
Until you come back on the algorithm and see it again. Yo, it's crazy.
Like, oh, maybe I'm not working today. I'm on my couch. All right, let me watch it.
Yeah,
And then pass out,
it's
sleep a little
crazy.
bit.
Yeah.
What would you say? What would, if you had a chance to, and you were face to face with your 16-year-old self? What would you say, in a sentence or in a few words, in order to inspire that person?
There's nothing you can say, really. It's just make your mistakes,
Mm.
because those mistakes will make you who you are after.
Mm-hmm.
You know, learn from your mistakes. You know, if you gotta do something and hit a wall,
Mm.
that's how you're gonna learn.
Mm.
Sometimes, you know, some people, they try to tell you, yo, don't do this, yo, you should do that.
Mm.
But sometimes as a 16-year-old, you don't listen.
Mm.
You know, you think you know it all. You think you can, nah, I want to do me, yeah.
Mhm.
You know, that kind of rebel kind of,
Yeah.
you know, you know what, it's fine, it's okay to do mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
because those mistakes after, when like later, you're gonna actually appreciate them. And like, yeah, man, but that brought me here.
Right.
And I think that's what it is. Do the mistakes you have to do when you're young, because later when you're older and do mistakes, sometimes it's hard to get back up.
That's it.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to, you can't go back and rewind the
No,
time because
exactly.
you did it already.
I'm happy of any experience I've passed in the past. Um, I really think it's what has made me, created me, gave me a focus,
Mm.
give me my direction.
Mhm.
Really, that's how you learn about you.
That's it.
Yeah,
At the course, at the
yeah,
purest level.
yeah.
Now, I'm asking you a few last questions. One of the last questions I wanted to ask you is, what is a current goal that you have on mind at the moment? It's been running through your mind that you want to accomplish within the next 5 years.
Freedom,
Mm.
freedom.
Yeah, that's serious.
And when I say freedom, it's not just for me.
Mm.
It's for the fraternity,
Mm.
the family that I have, my family, mom, dad. You know, it's really about changing our lives.
Mm.
We're stuck in a system, and for me, I don't see myself doing a 9 to 5.
Mm.
I rather put 100 hours on my craft,
Right.
on my ship,
Mm.
than giving it to somebody who, at the end of the day, they can just replace you.
Mm.
So for me, it's really freedom,
Mm-hmm.
being free of whatever.
Ultimate freedom.
The ultimate freedom, bro.
And you're willing to pay the price to do
Yeah,
that.
I'm willing to sacrifice whatever I have to do. Long hours, no sleep, whatever, bro. The grind is there.
Mm.
Yeah.
And what is another question I wanted to ask you? Speaking of sacrifices, what is a sacrifice, a bittersweet sacrifice you had to go through or you did in order to, accomplish certain things? Because you also had a feature on TVA
Yeah.
News. I saw they shouted you out. That's huge. So, what other sacrifice? Well, what main sacrifice were you able to do?
You know, depending on different levels or how high you want to go on your career,
Right.
you see, there's gonna be moments where you're gonna have to decide. Okay, I have, like, example, I don't know, this baby shower of a family member,
Mm.
but I have this gig,
Mm.
or I have this important session. You got to choose, man. What, like, there's moments in life, like, from my experience, like, I've missed a couple of birthdays, I've missed a couple of events, of family events, and it's not that don't want to be there. You know, it's really not about, people don't understand artists, or don't understand the process of what we're going through when they're not in that area.
Right.
But to accomplish things, you have to sacrifice certain moments, certain times in your life. You have to make a choice. Do I want to do this or not? Am I willing to do anything for it or not?
Right.
And it's okay, bro. I don't think people are gonna understand artists on the long run. But to reach the freedom I was saying, it's, you gotta make those sacrifices. And it's a bit sad, yes, because you can't get those moments back. But yo, you gotta keep going. You know, you gotta keep your head up, keep going. It's not like I'm thinking only about myself.
Right.
I'm thinking actually bigger. I'm like, yo, I want to free, our family, free our culture, because our culture here needs to grow too.
Right.
You know, it's not only about Nueva Vista. Is the Latino community here needs to grow, needs to get bigger and cross to international levels too. So it's important to sacrifice sometimes, but that little sacrifice can do a big difference.
Got it. Any last few words? Anybody's watching this? How could the viewers follow you or even learn more about you? You could say it in Spanish also. If you want.
Okay, so me pueden seguir en Instagram. Yo soy Nueva Vista, so you can follow me on Instagram. Yo soy Nueva Vista. You can reach the the label Nueva Vista Music on Instagram and TikTok, any digital platform on YouTube, Spotify, any digital platform is the same Nueva Vista. And yeah, shout out to everybody that's watching the Elevate the Mic. For real, thank you for having me here.
Absolutely.
Really fun.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, man.
It's another one. Another great episode. Shout outs to Nueva Vista and his whole team. And anybody who's watching this, I hope you guys were inspired. If you have any questions, concerns, feel free to ask him and reach out to him. Another great episode where we elevate the mic and mindsets of individuals who are part of the hip hop community. Love.